It's week 2 of the fall season is here. We're here with Chris Newton. The Anderson Raptors are underway. It was a good week, Coach. Nice to see you. Let's talk Raptor sports. How's that sound?
That sounds great with me. Appreciate you allowing us to do it.
We're excited to be back in the fold doing these AD podcasts, Coach, and we got good numbers last week, and we're glad to be able to communicate to fans on what's going on. So why don't we start with soccer? They both boys and girls got right after it last week.
Yeah, they did. Again, as we've talked about before, our girls soccer coach, Andy Boyd, and our boys soccer coach, Sam Miller, believe if we're going to play late in October and early November, you got to play the best. And that's what we did. And they quite honestly, we had a tough weekend, but that's okay because our girls played Seton and they were the defending state champs and they beat us 5-0. And our boys played Elder, who's incredibly solid, and they beat us 3-1. So the great thing about going out and playing those kind of teams is you find out what your weaknesses are.
Right.
And it's a lot better to find out what your weakness is, week 1 than week 3 or week 4. So I have all the confidence in the world and our coaches. As I told you, they're the best coaches around, and our kids. So we'll make some adjustments. We'll come back and tonight we play Loveland and girls soccer. So we're going to have to get right back after it as they're the perennial ECC power.
Yeah, that's exciting. So best of luck to them this week. And I know we broadcast the St. X at Anderson match. I think that was 3-2 Bombers. Great match. I mean, it's always close, and like you said, it's important to play these matches early to get you ready for the end of the season.
Oh, without a doubt. And that was a great match.
Boy, that was fun. It was really fun for just to start the season off.
Yeah. And that's what you do. And you watch these college football games and you see when the big time D1 school plays the small FCA school and they win 74-10. Those aren't fun. You love it when the big boys get after each other. And that's what the Anderson St. X game is. It's the big boys getting after it. Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be about.
Yep, I agree 100%, Coach. Let's talk girls tennis since the ATP just wrapped up.
Yeah,
boy, that was some good tennis yesterday. Let's talk girls tennis.
Yep. So we got Wyoming today. So we're going to get after it then. And then we got Kings on Tuesday. So it's going to be interesting. We're just playing things by ear right now with the weather. And then we got at Bartels Road on Thursday. So, this heat is crazy right now. So we're kind of trying to see what we're going to do. We might actually move some things inside because we want to give our kids, the best chance to succeed. And we want to make sure it's safe for them. But we've got a good young group. Allie McPhelps, she gets after it. And, Manette Patel, Tess San Germano. I mean, we got some kids that we're going to be better at the end of the year than we are right now. And that's Brent Johnson does a good job with working with those kids. So, so hopefully we can get out on the courts this week and play a little bit.
Newt, let me ask you a question. I know that the ATCs have those thermometers, on the football fields and stuff. Do they do the same things, because I'm, the blacktops surface that tennis plays on, do they do something similar for tennis?
Without a doubt. Yeah. It's a wet bulb thermometer and they have, there's a magic number, that the OHSA states, and they've sent out they sent out what the printout is at, it's 89.8 is the magic number. If it's 89.8, you're not going outside and doing anything. There's no
activity. That's any sport. It's not just football. I'm just
correct.
Good being seen it at football fields. So it's cross country. It's anything outside. Okay.
Yeah. So so our cross country team went this morning at 5:30.
Yeah.
They practiced.
Smart.
Yeah. And our football team went at 6. So in the morning. So, you know, again, that wet bulb. So, for example, tonight, what we're going to do is our girls soccer games were 5 and 7.
Mhm.
We've moved them to 6:30 and 8:15, and we're shortening the half. We're only playing 30 minutes for our girls JV game, and then we're having a break at 15 minutes.
Sure.
And then that's kind of dictated by the OHSA and all that stuff. But
When you and I played, we didn't have those rules.
yeah,
It was, it's probably smart, the lightning with the 30-minute delays.
yeah,
And then even though it's nice out, it's hotter than Hades, and you got to manage it. And I think it's probably smart.
no, without a doubt. And again, the most important thing is the safety of the kids. And you want to give them the best opportunity to be successful. And you know, playing in that kind of heat, you're going to have some kids excel, but you're also going to have some kids, it's not in their best interest.
Right. All right. Well, why don't we switch gear? We talked about cross country, how tough their training is in weather like this. I just can't even imagine. But going in the morning certainly makes the best of that situation. It looks like their season starts this weekend out at the VOA Park. Let's talk
Yeah.
about cross country.
Yeah. Very excited about those kids. Like our coach, Carrie Lee does an amazing job. She's a former flying pig marathon winner. I mean, she gets it. And the great thing about the relationship she has with our kids, they trust her. So, the programs that she puts together are great. But yeah, so Audrey Baker, just so excited to watch her. She's a 4-year varsity performer getting after it. And Nolan Least on the boys' side, the Phillips boys. I mean, Ty Regan, it's going to be interesting because that their times have always come down and come down and come down. And now we'll find out what all their miles that they did and all the training they did. I'm excited to watch them Saturday morning.
Yeah, that's going to be great. Let's go inside where it's a little cooler and talk girls volleyball.
Yes. Big night. Tomorrow night we open up with volleyball, and we open up with Loveland. And this is like Loveland week, I think. We play them 67 times, I believe, in events this week.
It's really crazy how early you guys get into ECC play. I mean,
Yeah.
we're week 2, and you're knee deep into conference play already.
Oh my gosh. Well, in volleyball, you only have 4 non-league games. It's crazy.
Wow.
18 league games and 4 non-league games. So, but no, it's great. I was talking to some of our volleyballers the other day, and you can really see the trust that's been developed between our coach and our coaching staff and them. Last year was the first year for them, and they took them a little bit of time to buy in, but they did. And it's really neat to see. But we're excited. Caroline Wilson will be leading us out there. Liv Havens, our seniors, Kendall Perkins, and
Mm-hmm.
we got a really solid group. So I'm excited about what things are going to look like. And we go from there. On Tuesday with Loveland, and then we play at Lebanon Thursday. So we find out real quick what we're all about.
Yeah, no doubt, because Lebanon volleyball has been really strong here the
Always,
last few years. Really.
always, yeah.
Let's so I'm guessing we talked about the wet bulb. So I guess it also applies to golf, correct? So
And that's an interesting one too, because your golf, you can have an umbrella, you can find shade, you can drink water at all times. So it's a little different in the fact that you're not constantly tennis, you're running around, you don't have your water with you. So we look at that a little bit differently.
Okay.
And how that can go, because again, you've got shade, you've got all kinds of things. So we're excited. We play we play Bartels Road today. We're going to get out there for that. And we'll see what happens with them, but super excited about our boys and girls golf programs. I mean,
Yeah.
we've got the chance to really be successful in both of those.
ECC golf the last 5 years, Newt, has just nails.
Oh,
Been fantastic.
the preview, the girls preview, is crazy. There's a young lady from Lebanon who's outstanding. I don't know what she shot. I know she won it, but I think she was right around par. And then in the boys, there was a young man from Lebanon who was under par. He was 2 under par. I think there was a kid from Little Miami who was par. We shot a great round of 317, and we actually came in 4th.
Probably by about 4 strokes, I'm guessing.
Yeah, yeah. I think it was like 311 was the winner, and then there was a 312, and then there was a 316, and then we were 317. So I mean, it's going to be just like every other sport in the ECC. The competition is flat out awesome.
Yep.
And we got kids in golf that they're going to put us right there. So it's going to be fun.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Makes everybody better.
Oh, without a doubt.
Let's wrap this week's show up with football. A couple of things with football. We traveled out of town for week 1, and then we host your home opener. We'll talk about that, but let's get the victory over South Oldham. Let's talk about that first, Coach.
Yeah, it was great. It was great to watch. You know, I met with our coach this morning. Coach and I, we always have a Monday morning powwow after a Friday night game, and
Coach Dwyer is probably in a much better mood on that powwow after.
Yeah, he is. But I got to tell you, I mean, he's a football coach, so you know he's upset about certain things. You know, we weren't good here, we weren't good there, so he's always striving to be better. But I thought that was one of the most well played games in all areas of the game. Our defense was outstanding. Our offense was superb. Our special teams was maybe the best unit. Our kickoff team set the tone, and they were a joy to watch. You know, especially that's all effort. That's heart and desire. Sure. And we had one kid kicking, and we had 10 kids running down that field with an effort and desire to get to the ball carrier, and that was something that was special. Love to see
44 points up in a week 1 game. You know, things had to be clicking.
They were, and we had a running clock through the second half, and so that was you know, that really shortened the game. But you know, we had our Brody Berg making big time plays. You know, Justice Burnham. I think we talked about Justice Burnham. You know, this is week 1, and the great thing about Justice is he's been around this program since he was 3 or 4 years old. He didn't get the big eyes, right? He'd been doing this for, you know, 10, 12 years. So when he got the ball and the lights were on him, he was ready to perform. But one of the things that I loved most was, you know, we throw the ball all over the place, right? Yeah. So, you know, sometimes these receivers just think they catch the ball. But Trace Jalek and Mikey Smith blocked incredible. They not only both caught touchdowns and both had great games catching the ball, but I was most impressed with the way they blocked for each other. And to me, you know, in this world of me, when you got kids that are doing things like that and playing for each other, you got something special. And so I took a lot of very, very positive things away. Our defense was super. TJ Nelson, watching that young man run from free safety and run down ball carriers, he's going to be fun to watch this year.
It's the ultimate team sport.
Yes, without a doubt. And we had so many contributors, Jack Samarco and Caden Peening out on the edge. And it's just, you know, Alex Stanyard, Seth Wake, our D linemen had like 10 and 8 tackles. So it's going to be fun to watch. That's for sure.
And you know, that things that probably get lost on this, that hour-and-a-half bus ride back after a nice victory is nice for team bonding.
Oh, without a doubt. without a doubt. And they cut up and they have a good time with each other. That's for sure. And then Saturday morning we went out and we played Highlands in JV, and we got a big win there as well. And most kids would moan and groan and complain because we didn't get back till probably 11:30, 12 o'clock.
Right.
And they got home late, but they caught the bus at 8:30. They got right after it, got on that bus and went down there and played. And so very proud of our football program.
Sounds great. Well, part two of the discussion on football, they host the home opener against the Loveland Tigers this Friday at Anderson. And it is Mental Health Awareness Week. And I know that's very important to both teams. And I know you want to talk about that, Newt.
Yeah. So when we play Loveland, it's a special week. There's a family in Loveland, the Morrison family, and we have a family that's very dear to our heart, the Vogel family, and both of them were stricken by teen suicide, and it's huge, and they have actually worked very hard in putting things together. For last year was our first year. Mrs. Morrison actually made a trophy with a helmet, and it's so it'll always, we'll always play Loveland in our Mental Health Awareness Week, and it's purple and teal night. So both crowds, we're both orange and black, but both crowds are going to be wearing purple and teal, and suicide awareness and prevention. But we'll have the Morrison and the Vogel family will come out and they'll talk at halftime and just how much this week means to us and to all of our kids. Kids are number one in this world for us, and we want to make sure we do everything humanly possible to take care of them, look after them, and lead them down the right direction. And so this is a special week, and it just so happens to fall on our home opener.
Yeah, so that's great. So on tickets, AndersonRaptors.org. Fans can get that. Can they get tickets at the gate, Newt, if they don't get them ahead of time?
Well, remember, we're old school, so we do nothing but buy tickets at the gate. So we always sell pre-sale at both schools. So I'm not sure when Loveland will be doing their pre-sale tickets, but we pre-sale our tickets. In the ECC, pre-sale is $8. And then when you buy them at the gate, they're $10. So we'll have those ready to go this week at school during lunches for our kids. And we really do expect to see a very, very large crowd Friday night. It's going to be
a little warm, but it's going to be nice.
Yeah. It's definitely going to be warm. And we're going to, as we talked about, we're going to do the things to make sure our kids are put in the correct avenue to be successful, whether that's start at 7 or we might start a little later. But we're going to think of our kids first, and then we're going to get after it out on the field.
All right, Newt. Well, that sounds great. Best of luck to all the Raptors teams this week. Stay cool.
Yes.
And, compete hard and see how the chips fall after that. But I appreciate your time, and we'll touch base next week and get everybody up to speed with all the Raptors.
Sounds great. Thank you, Rob. As always, I appreciate it, sir.
Thanks, Chris. Have a great week.
You too.